Everybody, it is time to talk Pacers-Cavs Game 2. 2 days late, I am killing it with the timeliness of these videos, but it was my wife's birthday yesterday, and I had a lot to do after Game 2 in Cleveland, including writing and podcasts and all sorts of other things. The fever going on. You don't need excuses. You need video. Let's talk about Game 2. Holy smokes. Look, there's a lot to talk about. 47 minutes of this game would have been a pessimistic Pacers recap, right? They did not play great for a large swath of this game. Bad first quarter with the Avalanche involved. Pacers were down 20 points in the second quarter. It looked like a sluggish start. Looked like a game fans would be frustrated about because it felt like not quite a must-win, but just a very important game with Evan Mobley and Darius Garland both out at the same time. Third quarter, Cavs start strong. They go up 20 again. Looked wobbly for the Pacers a second time. If you counted out the Pacers, you just haven't been paying attention. I picked the Cavs in the series, so maybe I haven't been paying attention, but holy cow, is this Pacers comeback incredible. They chipped that 20 down to 14, and then 10, and then 9, and then 6, and then 5, and then it was 7-point Cav lead with Pascal Siakam heading to the stripe with 48 seconds to go. Siakam missed both. I would have thought it was over at that point. Don't count out the Pacers ever. They don't never think the game is over. They never give up. They never quit. Setting up another epic close. Every time this happens, I think it's important to remind people of two things. One, when you're down 7 with under a minute to go, you can control everything you can control. You should only get 2 possessions, right? If the Cavs get the ball, they can run it down to 24. They don't even have to shoot. Pacers could get a 3. Cavs could run it down again. Pacers get one more 3. The game's over. The Cavs win by 1. Like, you shouldn't get enough chances to score 7 points. So it mattered that Aaron Nesmith immediately ran in and dunked after Pascal Siakam missed the second free throw on a tip slam to cut it to 5. Even then, you still need the Cavs to mess up and not get a look at the rim in the final seconds. At all. 48 seconds is under 2 shot clocks. The Cavs throw it in after the Nesmith dunk, and Donovan Mitchell tries to swim past Nesmith, elbows him in the face, offensive foul. Pacers get it back. Now again, the Pacers still have to score every trip and have the Cavs forget how to play basketball. They do score. Pascal Siakam gets a ton of space. He's wide open after a switch in the lane. Quick shot, fake dribble. He gets to the basket, lays it up and in. Cavs are only up 3 now. They take a timeout. Already, you could argue that that amount of time between the Siakam second missed free throw and his made layup was already like enough perfection for the Pacers to give themselves a chance. They were down just 3. They still needed a lot to go right. There was still only 30-something seconds left. They still need at least a steal. They still need at least one more made shot, and maybe more. And the Cavs can't score or do anything in that time for them to have a chance, right? And that sounds impossible. Like, the Cavs' odds of winning, even after that 4-0 burst, had to be still like 80+%. But the Pacers just did this last week. They just did this a million times in the regular season in these close games. They're never, ever, 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 ever out of it. Ever. So as the Cavs come in to inbound, now on their side of the floor, they didn't even have to take it across the timeline like with Mitchell's turnover. They just had to get it inbounds and they win the game probably. They make 1 free throw on that inbound. They're up 2 possessions with 1 shot clock of time. Like a little over that. They can't even get it in. The lob throw went over the paint, and from our media seat view, from where I was, it looked like the Cavs just threw it right to Andrew Nembhard. Andrew Nembhard jumps up and gets it, flings it ahead. Tyrese Haliburton gets to the cup and gets fouled. Tyrese Haliburton actually upset after the game that he missed that layup, that he got fouled on. Had he made it and made the free throw, they would have tied the game there. The Pacers obviously will take the result they got instead. Haliburton, so to this point, for the Pacers to come back and win after Siakam's missed second free throw, they needed 2 Cavs turnovers with like 5 seconds of total time running off the clock. The Cavs giving up on a rebound that Aaron Nesmith went and got, and nobody guarding Pascal Siakam on a drive to the rim. Then they fouled Haliburton, all just a disaster. And Haliburton makes the first free throw. It's now a 2-point game with 12 seconds to go. He misses the second. Another chance for the Cavs to erase. No one remembers any of their mistakes before this. If they just get the rebound on the free throw here, they would have the ball with 12 seconds left and be up 2. It's over. Miles Turner, not boxed out. He kind of boxed out, but the ball's up high. He just tips it right to Tyrese Haliburton. Pacers get it. Haliburton jumps out to reset. It's what the Pacers do, man. They escape these games. Brooklyn twice in the regular season. This is just since March. Brooklyn twice. Minnesota. Sacramento. Dallas. They almost had it with the Lakers until LeBron stole them. Cleveland in Indy was a close game late. Cleveland in Cleveland was a double overtime win. They have just gotten so good at these. Milwaukee game 5, closing out a 2-point game in Milwaukee game 2. This is what they do. So if you had doubts that they'd get at least a good shot on that final possession, you're crazy. If you had any doubt that Tyrese Haliburton can make that shot, you're crazy. And guess what he did? He stepped back past Ty Jerome and lit up a 3. 8 points for the Pacers in about 47 seconds. Just remarkable. It took the perfect combination of them taking advantage of the chances they got and the Cavs handing them chances with bad rebounding, with stupid turnovers, with lazy, gassed level of play. And it takes that kind of miracle for the Pacers to win a game like the one they won in Game 2 and make you forget that they did not play very well for long stretches of that game. 2-0. Pacers went to Cleveland and won both. Their chances of winning the series are probably the favorites now. I haven't looked at odds. I don't really care. But I'd have to imagine, with 3 home games to go, Tyrese Halliburton's never lost a home playoff game. They're the favorites. It's just remarkable. The Cavs are very good. Big story, obviously, of the series is injuries. Evan Mobley, Darius Garland did not play in Game 2. DeAndre Hunter did not play in Game 2. They all could return. The Cavs could get back to shooting like a competent NBA team. They've been below 30% in both games so far. There's a lot of ways this could still swing and look like a Cavs series when it's all said and done. But the Pacers, if they want it to be a series that they win, they have to take advantage of the chances they get. Game 1, their chance was Darius Garland was out, and they made over half their threes. That game got dicey late. They still won it. Game 2, 2 Cavs All-Stars were out. They had to get those games. If in Game 3, the chance that if either one of Garland or Mobley returns, only one All-Star out and the Pacers shooting 50% from 3 again would just be insane, right? It would be logical to me that the Cavs could win that game. The Pacers had to get their 2 in Cleveland given their circumstances, and they did. They have to figure out a lot of stuff. I just did a podcast on this if you want more yesterday. They got to defend Donovan Mitchell better. I would not help on him as much. Or I'd help more on him as the Pacers. They've got to be better on the glass or in general with the possession battle. Right, they've been getting smoked in the shot attempts game, which is tough against a Cavs team that is so efficient on a per-possession basis. They've got to figure out some solutions for their front court, bench front court specifically, the defense there. The Cavs quasi-switching was much more effective in Game 2 at slowing the Pacers down for like actually real basketball time, like 15 to 18 minutes of the game, even though the Pacers did figure it out. There are real things the Pacers have to do better. And in some ways, I'm like, man, they squeaked out 2 games where the Cavs could not make anything. If the Cavs start making shots, this could look different. The same probably way the Celtics feel against the Knicks. On the other hand, the Pacers took advantage of the opportunities they have, and they probably feel like they haven't even played that awesome in the series. They were lights out shooting in Game 1, but I mean the games have not been pretty for them with these turnovers, and their defense has just been okay. It's a very strange series, and the Pacers have used that to their advantage. They've played very well. They've made the shots that they've created. They've defended just well enough, and when they've needed big plays, they've gotten them. Game 2 is unbelievable. Game 3 could be awesome. Pacers have been awesome at home in the playoffs the last 2 years. I'll be there for that one as well, and I hope to God that I get the Game 3 video up on this channel much quicker than 2 days later. Thank you all so much for bearing with me. Fever interview on this channel, Pacers practice interview on this channel today if you're interested in that. If not, we will see you after Game 3.